Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's just dive right into it. Today, we've got a really clear, absolutely crucial goal. We are going to build a rock-solid foundation for everyday English family vocabulary. If you have ever caught yourself hesitating or, awkwardly searching for the exact right word when you're talking about your relatives, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're drawing straight from Unit 1, pages 8 and 9 today, to make sure you're picking up the absolute most natural, accurate terms. And we're going to use clear mental models to make these words just stick in your brain forever. Because honestly, learning vocabulary, it's not about just memorizing boring lists. It's really about seeing how people actually connect to one another. So let's get to work untangling the family tree. So let me throw a quick question at you to start us off. How well can you actually describe your family tree in English? Picture this. You're at a party, maybe making some small talk with a brand new colleague, and naturally, the topic turns to family. It always does, right? Do you feel completely confident navigating words like niece, nephew, or cousin in the heat of the moment? Or do you kind of second-guess yourself? Getting the specific vocabulary right is just absolutely essential for smooth, everyday conversations. It's literally one of the very first things we talk about when we meet new people. So nailing these terms is going to be a massive confidence booster for you. Here is our game plan for today. 1. Building the family tree. 2. Grandparents and grandchildren. 3. Aunts, uncles, and cousins. 4. Nieces and nephews. 5. Talking about family size. And 6. Common vocabulary mistakes. Let's jump in. Section 1. Building the family tree. Starting from the top. To really master this vocabulary, we need to build a mental model. And honestly, the easiest way to do that is to start from the absolute oldest generation and work our way down to the youngest. This top-down map helps us see how that foundational unit, a mother and a father, connects straight down to their children, a son and a daughter. By placing the oldest relatives right at the top, all the other branches and complex relationships just naturally fall into place right beneath them. It's a lot like reading a map. You just got to orient yourself first. Section 2. Grandparents and grandchildren. All right, let's look at the roots of our family tree. Let's introduce some real people to make this concrete. Meet Henry and Diana. In this family tree model, Henry is the grandfather and Diana is the grandmother. Now, when we talk about them together as a couple, we use the collective term grandparents. So Henry and Diana are the grandparents. English gives us these specific words for the male and female roles, grandfather and grandmother, but also the super useful collective noun, grandparents, which you're going to use all the time when explaining your family heritage. And across those generations, we see this neat relational pairing. If Henry and Diana are the grandparents, well, who are the children of their own children? That brings us right to the terms grandson and granddaughter. In our source model, we have Jack and Karen filling these spots. Jack is the grandson, meaning the male child of their son or daughter. Karen is the granddaughter, the female child. And just like we have grandparents, the collective term for Jack and Karen together is grandchildren. It's this direct, two-way street. They are the grandparents to the grandchildren, and the grandchildren look up to the grandparents. Section 3. Aunts, uncles, and cousins. Let's talk about the extended family. Okay, so we're moving one step down from the grandparents now. Here we have George. George is an uncle, which simply means he is the brother of someone's parent. And if George is an uncle, the female equivalent is an aunt. In our Unit 1 model, Amelia and Mina serve as the aunts. So these are the brothers and sisters of your mother or father. Getting a handle on these roles is super important because in so many cultures, extended family lives really close by, and you are going to find yourself referring to your aunts and uncles constantly in English conversation. So how does this branch connect horizontally? The children of your aunts or uncles are your cousins. Going back to our family structure, we have Kavita and Ravi. They're the cousins of Jack and Karen. And honestly, this is a brilliant little feature of the English language that makes your life a bit easier. The word cousin is totally 100% gender neutral. It applies equally to both boys and girls. Whether Ravi is a boy or Kavita is a girl, they are both simply cousins to Jack and Karen. A real win for English learners. Section 4. Nieces and nephews. These are often the trickiest relationships. Now let's flip the perspective for a second. Let's look at this from the point of view of those aunts and uncles we just met, Amelia, Mina, and George. What do they call their siblings' children? This right here is where people always get tripped up. A niece is explicitly defined as the daughter of your brother or sister, so Karen is a niece. A nephew is the son of your brother or sister, so Jack is a nephew. For Aunts Amelia and Mina and Uncle George, Karen is their niece and Jack is their nephew. It is exactly the inverse of the aunt and uncle relationship, right? If I'm your uncle, you are my niece or nephew. Pinning down this specific distinction is going to make your conversational English sound incredibly natural. Section 5. Talking about family size. How this plays out in everyday conversations. All right, here is your conversational survival toolkit. Knowing the nouns is fantastic, but you need the actual phrases to go with them out in the real world. When you're making small talk, people will constantly ask, "Have you got any brothers and sisters?" Now, if you don't, the perfect, totally natural reply is, "No, I'm an only child." That phrase, only child, is exactly what native speakers use. Another one you'll hear all the time is, "Do you come from a big family?" These are those standard, go-to expressions you just need to have ready in your back pocket. But what if you do come from a big family? How should you answer? Well, here is a perfectly simple, clear formula for your response. Yes, I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Notice how incredibly direct that is. You just state the number of brothers and the number of sisters. There's zero need to overcomplicate things here. Unit 1 emphasizes this straightforward structure because it's universally understood and it's polite. You are literally just plugging your own family's numbers into this clear little formula to directly answer the question. Section 6. Common vocabulary mistakes. Let's do a quick vocabulary safety check. Watch out for this one specific spelling and pluralization quirk because it catches so many people off guard. When you're talking about a spouse, the singular form is wife, spelled W-I-F-E, like my wife or his wife. But when we need to make that word plural, the F completely drops out and morphs into a V. It becomes wives, W-I-V-E-S, as in our wives or their wives. Remembering that simple little shift from F to V ensures you won't stumble when using these words, whether you're writing an email or just chatting in person. So I'm handing this over to you. Can you actually draw your own family tree and write out some sentences about your relations? The absolute best, most proven way to make this vocabulary permanent is to use it immediately. Literally right now. Grab a piece of paper, sketch out your grandparents at the top, then your parents, then map out the aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, and nephews, and label every single one of them in English. Then practice answering those small talk questions about family size out loud to yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today for this explainer. I really hope you feel totally equipped to talk about your family tree now. Keep practicing, keep making those connections, and I'll catch you in the next one.